Are you trying to figure out what the cost of living in Dallas is versus where you are today? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about. So let's do this. Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Valera. I'm a former teacher turned realtor living here in the great city of McKinney, Texas. And today we're going to be talking all about the cost of living here in Dallas, Texas. Are you interviewing for a job here? Or have they already offered you a job and you're trying to figure out if they've really offered you enough money so that you can have the same standard of living where you live now? It's really good to know if they've offered you the right amount or if you have a little wiggle room for negotiation. So today we're going to be taking a quick crash course all about the cost of living here in Dallas, Texas. So first, let's talk about the largest portion of everyone's budget when it comes to their cost of living, which is housing. So whether you're looking to buy or rent a house here in Dallas, we're gonna be looking at both of those and I'll be breaking it all down for you. So a little disclaimer here, all of the prices that I'm gonna be giving you today are going to be based off of today's date, which is April 30th, 2020. The median price that you can expect here in Dallas is right around $232,000 for 3 beds, 2 bath, and 1,500 square feet. Linked in the description below, I'm gonna have a static graph which will give you updates as to what the median is for each month. So you should have an idea as to where the median home prices in Dallas were back 2 years ago and where they are today. Something else that you really also need to keep in mind is the possibility of flood insurance. What? Now I know what you're thinking, Rebecca, Dallas is not close to a body of water like the ocean. How could you possibly need flood insurance? Well, so if your property backs to a lake or a creek or any body of water that's in a floodplain, your homeowner's insurance might require you to have additional flood insurance. Now let's switch this over to the rent side. If you're looking to rent a 1-bedroom studio apartment, you can expect to pay anywhere from maybe $500 to $700 depending on the location and how nice it is. If you're looking at a 2-bedroom apartment, you're gonna be anywhere from $800 to $1,000. For a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, it's gonna start at $1,000 and it's gonna go up to about $1,300. And then once you hit the 4+ bedroom apartment, you're gonna be looking at anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a month for those. Now these prices are gonna vary based on location, amenities, and how new they are in some cases. So please keep that in mind. All of the data for these apartments, I just went on apartments.com, so I'll have that linked in the description below in case you want to mosey on over there. Now, if you're looking for more of a rent house versus an apartment, for a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot home for lease, you're gonna be looking probably right around, on average, $2,200 a month. And that's really gonna depend on the area, the schools, and everything in Dallas. So make sure to keep all of that in mind. So leading into my next item, schools are gonna be a huge factor in determining how much you can get for your money. A lot of times it might be worth it to move into an area that has a great public school system because you're paying that school in taxes. And there's no way that you could possibly have $18,000 in taxes each year unless you have a little mini McMansion. So the private schools here in Dallas are gonna start right around the $18,000 a year threshold and go all the way up to about $40,000 a year for tuition. And obviously this is not including any type of tuition assistance or aid or scholarships or anything like that. And then some of the boarding schools can get as high as $60,000. I'll have links in the description below so that you can check all of the information out about the private schools here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Something that I noticed while I was going through the private schools was that most of them were Catholic. And I just want to let you know that you do not have to be Catholic, your kids don't have to be Catholic for you to take advantage of the Catholic school sector. Please, again, check out the description below where I'm gonna have all of that information for you. So here in Dallas, we use what's called the DART system. DART stands for the Dallas Area Rapid Transit, and it includes all buses and trains in Dallas and even some connected over to Fort Worth. So there are passes that you can get. You can get just morning passes or just evening passes at a rate of $3 each. You can get a day pass for about $6 each, and that'll take you anywhere local. If you want to get a regional pass, meaning you need travel from Dallas to Fort Worth or vice versa, that's going to be a little bit more expensive. And if you wanted to do a monthly pass, it's right around $96 a month for the local area transit. So that includes all buses, all trains, any of those stops in the local area. It's not designed for you to just to go walking around everywhere. It's a great way to get around downtown Dallas, and if you happen to live close to a DART station or a bus stop, that could make your commute pretty easy if you wanted to try something like that. So I would highly recommend just getting a car. It'll make it a whole lot easier for you to get around town. So speaking of cars, let's talk a little bit about gas. So the gas prices here in Texas are relatively low. Here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area have a tendency to hover right around the $2.50 to $2.15 threshold. I've never really seen it go over $3. It'll usually get pretty close to $3 for regular gas and then not go to $3. Now lately, because of the current situation that we're in with the pandemic, I've seen gas prices drop as low as $1.60 or $1.70. Gas is really gonna vary all over the Metroplex, so I would highly recommend that you download an app called Gas Buddy to find out where the cheapest gas is closest to you. All right, so let's talk about groceries. Now, I am a Walmart shopper, so all of these prices that I'm about to give you are all from my shopping experience over at Walmart. So milk here, great value. You can find it for $1.58. A dozen eggs are right around 68 cents. The Sara Lee honey wheat bread that I like is right around $2.50. 18 rolls of toilet paper are right around $15 because I usually like to get the big pack anyway. And we have a gallon of orange juice that's right around $5. Now, ground beef is right around $5 a pound, and I usually get the chuck. I don't get the extra lean or anything like that. Chicken is right around $2 a pound, and I usually like to get the boneless, skinless. And a 32-pack case of water that's OZARKA brand is right around $5. Next, let's move on to some utilities. So I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house that is a 1.5 story and is right around 2,400 square feet. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about cooling, because a majority of my electric bill is gonna be air conditioning. So my typical electric bill for most of the year is gonna be right around $77. And then once I get into the summer months and we're using the AC more, that number usually doubles because of how much we're heating and cooling with the electricity. Now, the water bill is kind of the same story in the summer. So right on average, we're spending through the city of McKinney right about $120 a month for our water and our waste. We have 5 kids, so that's 7 people. And if you only have 1 person, your water bill is gonna be drastically lower. So keep that in mind. Also, we noticed that our water bill in the summer months are gonna be a lot higher, and that's just because we're trying to maintain and water some of the plants in our yard here in the summer because it gets hot and it doesn't rain a whole lot. So my gas bill is gonna run anywhere from $20 to $30 a month in the winter, and that's only for when I have the heat on or if I'm using a whole lot of gas. Now, our internet bill is gonna be right around $44. And if you have cable or anything else, we don't have cable, so I can't speak for cable.
You mean illegal cable?
But I know that internet and cable is gonna vary in different parts of the DFW area, so be sure to shop that around and know what service providers you have in your specific area. Starbucks, as you know, is different in every city around the US. So for consistency's sake, we're gonna just look at grande size. So a Frappuccino is gonna cost you around $5.50. If you're gonna get one of those yummy iced teas, it's gonna be right around $3.45. And if you want a latte, you're gonna be expected to pay right around $4.75. All right, and if you choose to go out to dinner, if it's you and your husband, you can expect to spend right around $25 to $30, and this is without drinks. So if you add drinks, it's probably gonna be another $10 to $20, depending on obviously how much you drink. Now, if you're going out to dinner as a family, you can expect to see those prices start right around $40 for a family of 5. And obviously, the finer the restaurant, the more expensive things can get. So if it's a very hip place to be, those prices are probably gonna be a lot higher. I would highly recommend also taking advantage of the Groupon app if you are going out to a couple of these places. Even some of the local spots will have advertising and discounts on Groupon. Be sure you know what the restaurant specials are for the weekdays and even sometimes the weekend. All right, now that you've done all your dancing and entertaining, you want to get fit at the gym. Now, there is the luxury gym that's over here, and then there's 24-hour fitness, which is right around the $30 a month threshold. So if you're looking to get a deal at Planet Fitness, you can expect to pay anywhere from $7 to $10 a month for that membership. And the rec centers here in Dallas are amazing. Great value, great classes, great facilities, childcare when you need it. Oh, it's amazing. For the rec centers here in Dallas, I'm gonna put a couple of links down in the description below so you can check out all of the cool and hip classes and places to be as far as the rec center goes. If you are a family, maybe a family of 5, you're gonna be looking to spend anywhere from $400 to $500 for an annual, yes, I said annual, for an annual membership to your local rec center. The other thing that I wanted to mention about 24-hour fitness is that sometimes you can pay for a year to 2 years in advance for that membership at Costco and get a lot better rate for it. If you have kids, then you know that childcare is definitely an expense and a raise you shall get once your kids no longer need it. So if you are needing childcare here in the area in Dallas, we're right around $5,000 a year, not a month, $5,000 a year. That's about $415 a month for one kid for childcare. Now, obviously, if you have 2 kids or 3 kids or 4 kids, that's just gonna go up. You may be able to get certain discounts for multiple kids. So please be sure to ask those questions when you're looking for the best childcare opportunities for you and your family. So here in Texas, hooray, we have no state income tax. Praise the Lord. But we do have significantly higher property taxes. I don't know if they're connected, but we'll just leave it at that. So here in Texas, we rank the 6th highest when it comes to property taxes. So you can expect to pay just under 2%. We're right around 193, 183% of your home price is what you're gonna be expected to pay in taxes every year. Now the national average is drastically lower, which is hovering right around 1.08%. So you can see that there's a little bit of an increase whenever you are looking at property taxes, and especially here in Texas. Something else that also makes it not as pleasant here in Texas is the fact that our healthcare system is very expensive here than most places. So compared to some of the other metro areas, Dallas-Fort Worth ranks one of the highest, with the total cost of healthcare coverage hovering right around $6,100 a year. You can expect to pay close to $500 a month just for healthcare. I have no idea why this is on here but the very last, but we forgot to talk about how much a movie cost. So here in Texas, you can be expected to pay anywhere from $11 to $14. That is for an adult, and that is for a non-discounted, non-Groupon, non-matinee price. I would highly recommend investigating other movie theaters in the area to see which will get you the best ticket price. I'll have several cost of living calculators in the description below, as well as tons of other links and helpful information to help you better navigate the cost of living here in Dallas. And if you have any more additional questions about the cost of living here in Dallas, whether that be real estate related, questions on how to make a move here to Texas, all of my contact information is going to be down in the description below. So feel free to call me, email me, text me, or if you just want to leave a comment in the description below, I'd be so happy to help. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about real estate here in Texas, or more specifically Dallas, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so that you're notified every time a new video comes out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. We're gonna all look at grandes. So that's 7 people total that we are watering for to see what my wash usage, expect to pay, which is February. No, we're not in February. So a little bit. I will see you on the next one.